Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got our new bike build to do today. We're checking out the PVY Z20 Max. First thing I noticed when FedEx delivered it was a pretty beaten up box. It is pretty beaten up, but this really disappointed me. Part of the bike had actually busted through the box. That little black piece there is actually the mechanism that locks it in place. So yeah, FedEx gets a thumbs down. I remembered to turn the box, I should say, upside down when I was opening it up, and then that way I can just kind of flip it off, and then the bike is the right way up, which was nice. I remembered to do it. Pretty pleased to see that the bike is pretty much built at this stage. It really is very good. Removed all the packaging, all the protective pieces, snip it off. Very easy, very well protected inside the box. Outside the box not so much, but yeah, inside the box it was very well protected. And then I opened it up, connected it together as you can see, and realised that both wheels were on, the saddle was on, and all I really have to do is fit the handlebars and a few little extra bits and bobs. So it really does come pretty much built right out the box, which was really nice to see, especially because it was so hot today. Pushed the lever up, which was quite tight, which was good, and then we just simply fit the handlebars into the mechanism, and then we snip it in place, which was very easy. This is probably the easiest bike build I have ever done. Just give that a wipe, make sure that's nice and tight because you don't want that to drop. It does come with a battery, comes with a phone holder. I think this is a little bit too bulky, a little bit too plasticky for me. Not really a fan of this, but nice it's included. Throttle's in the box, as is the handlebar grip that's a little bit smaller, so that if you fit the throttle you need the handlebar grip. Pedals included in the box obviously, and some tools, and the screen, and lastly we do get a 2-amp charger as well. Fitting the pedals clearly marked left and right, and clockwise, anti-clockwise, just screw them on, very easy. And of course you've got the spanner to make sure it's all nice and tight. Next thing we're going to do is remove the grip that was on there, because we are going to fit the throttle. So pop that off, pop your throttle on, and the little plugs are clearly colour coded. Put a little snib on, and then we can fit the smaller handlebar grip over that, and then just tighten everything down. Again, very easy. Just position it where you want it to be. Next up is fitting the screen. We have to remove the screws, pop it over, position it where you want it, and then tighten it up, and then leave a little bit of space so that you can fit the control buttons. Just pull that round, again pop the screw off, and then put that wherever you want on the handlebars. Tighten it all up. New day, it's too hot to continue. We're fitting the battery, slide it in, it's had a nice full charge. Slide the battery in, lock it in place with the key, and then once you've done that, just close the bike over, and then we're on to the second battery, and that slides in, clicks in. Only one way it can go on, guys. Pop it in place, and then again lock it in with the key, and then remember to switch it on. Little red switch there, and you're good to go. Now unlocking the bike, you can switch it on pushing the M button on the controls. Press and hold the up and down buttons together. There's a lot of stuff you can do in here, but we're looking to unlock the speed, so we're going to push the M button till we get to option number 8. Once we're at that, you can see the speed there says 50. It is set out the box at 25, but we can push it up and down, of course. It goes up to 100, but you wouldn't get anywhere near that. So I've set it here to 60, and then we're going to push and hold the up and down buttons together. That locks it in place, and then we're going to switch it off, and that's your bike unlocked. Okay, so the bike is built. We are ready for our maiden voyage. I'm just checking everything, pumped up the tyres, tightened the screws. I have lubed the chain because that felt a bit dry. So yeah, let's just turn the bike on. So pedal assist 3, yeah, let's give it a go. So I really had to tighten down the saddle. When I sat on it a minute ago, it literally went all the way down, and that was just me sitting on it. So this is our first ride. I'm very excited. The Z20 Max. So as you'll probably tell, guys, the throttle doesn't work from a standstill. It doesn't work at all. So when I looked into that, it basically is what it is. We can hold down the down button, and that puts us into a kind of walking assist, as you can see. But that's, well, that's crap really, isn't it? What's that going to do for you? But if you do start pedaling, so obviously we kicked in straight away, because I have unlocked everything, if I put the throttle on now, we go no problem. So yeah, so let's see what this bike's all about. It was very, very easy to build. I mean, I say build, I mean I barely built anything. I put the pedals on it, I put the screen on it, and I put the throttle on it, and obviously I had to change this grip because I was obviously putting the throttle on it. It's a very strange bike to build. Why did it, you know, the fact that it didn't come with the throttle bolt on was a first for me, and obviously the screen, that was a first for me as well. Playing about with the brakes a little bit here. It's quite comfortable. Yeah, wee bump, couple of speed bumps coming up, get a wee flavour for it. Let's change the gears. Oh, we've got a wee bit of rattling going on here. Oh, and that's bottomed out the suspension. Wait a minute, sneaky. Oh yeah, the gear kicked into place there. Maybe that needs a little bit of a tighten up. Just kind of going through the gears. No, they seem to be, oh no, it's fine. I mean, that is right out the box. Let me get up this hill first. I'll tell you what, we never flew up that hill. The hill tests are going to be interesting. We certainly did not fly up that. It's just the front brake. Now I have put some bike wax on the chain, so I'm changing the gears to make sure that's all. Yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation to going into some of the gears. It's mainly going down a gear than it is going up. They seem to go into gear no problem. Yeah, okay. So let's get across this busy road. Let me in. No one's listening. And of course there's no throttle. Oh, and I'm in a low gear. And we kick in and then we can turn the throttle on. It does seem a bit silly, but that is what it is. So we've got 3 levels of assistance. I tell you what, that front suspension is, for lack of a better word, pretty crap. It's unusual, and I'll obviously do more testing. We've got the suspension test in the review, but it's unusual that you can't lock the front suspension. Now, obviously every video I do I say, why would anybody lock the front suspension? But when it bottoms out that much, it might be something that you would consider if it's starting to drive you nuts. So guys, I've never actually done a first ride video before, but because it was such an easy build, I thought, why not? Plus I wanted to show you something that's pretty cool and also pretty funny. So just up here, and we'll get there in a second, but there is a still game mural being done in Cardonald, and it's got a lot of people talking. You may be able to see it right ahead of me. There's a couple of murals on these walls, but the still game one's got people talking, that's for sure, because it's well, let's just say I've seen better. But everybody's an artist, aren't they? Sometimes I feel as if this doesn't feel like the power assist is kicking in very quick. And yeah, here we are. You see that? I'll take you off. Oh, you're miles away from it. There you go. Do you know what? We'll go across. Let's get across. Let's get closer. Oh, it's a bummer trying to get this bike to start. It is rush hour. So this is not going to be the easiest of things to do. We haven't thought this out at all. Whoa, do you hear that? Yeah, the front suspension actually bottled out with me braking there. Might not have been the best move to do. Oh, it's very noisy, that front suspension is crap. Oh, it's absolutely diabolical. Oh. Look at that. Gotta say that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, isn't it? Look at Isa's face. It's so bad. Tam, not great either. But yeah, that is the still game mural in Cardonald. Pretty cool. I'm saying it's pretty crap. I mean, I couldn't do anywhere near as good as that, but yeah. You know the good thing about this bike's throttle not working? Well, it does work when you're moving. If you are doing what I'm doing and kind of cruising along, and then you get to if you were to be questioned by certain people, you can just say, look, the throttle doesn't work, mate, and then you can turn it on, and of course nothing will happen. That's definitely a positive. But yeah, it's a nice night today. It was a really hot, sweaty weekend here in Cardonald, Glasgow, and it was also very, very wet today. It rained constantly all day. You wouldn't know it by looking at that sun right there, but it was actually really, really wet today. But it dried, so I thought I would get the bike out and go for a little ride. Plus I wanted to show you the still game mural. Anyway guys, this was the PVY Z20 Max build, unlock and first ride. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.